15-year-old is facing a murder charge in connection with the death of her stepmother.
A man was taken to the hospital after a crash on a rainy Lexington road, but neighbors say it happens all too often.
Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump sprint through battleground states and burn through campaign cash. I'm Mark Albert at the White House with the latest on the presidential race.
This is WKYT News at 5.
A teenager is now charged with murdering her stepmother. Jenna Oakley is accused of killing 52-year-old Rhonda Oakley in her Boyle County home last month.
The 15-year-old and her 20-year-old boyfriend were found several days later in New Mexico. WKYT's Phil Pendleton has more on the indictment. It's our top story at 5.
Jenna Oakley was indicted by a Boyle County grand jury on Thursday. She is facing a murder charge and a complicity to commit murder charge as well. Police say that her 20-year-old boyfriend, Kenneth Nye, is a person of interest in this case. The 15-year-old remains in a juvenile holding facility, and she'll stay there until she is 18 or her case is resolved. The Commonwealth is planning on trying her as an adult. The murder charge is a capital offense. The prosecutor says the death penalty, though, will not be considered because she is a juvenile. Oakley and Nye were found in a New Mexico hotel parking lot several days after the murder. Oakley was brought back to Kentucky. Nye was arrested on a charge of delinquency of a minor, but does not face charges in Kentucky. 52-year-old Rhonda Oakley was found murdered on September 1st. Her stepdaughter and Nye were discovered in her stolen car. Now, it is not clear if or when Kenneth Nye will be charged. I am told that he remains on life support in a New Mexico hospital. Much more next hour, but for now in Boyle County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Now, Jenna Oakley is scheduled to answer to the murder and theft charges November 1st in Boyle Circuit Court.
After some much-needed rain overnight, temperatures are cooling off today. You'll probably want to pack a jacket if you're headed out to Friday night football tonight. WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell is here with us on this Friday. Hey, Jim.
And hello to you guys. You're right. A chill in the air certainly showing up out there today. And it's been breezy, too, so that kind of adds insult to injury just to keep the chill alive and well. We look across Kentucky, and one thing you're going to find in common with every single site from Louisville to Florence and Frankfort to here in Lexington: the clouds. We cannot get rid of those. They have certainly been with us all day long. Some of them producing some light rain for a while at different points here today. And you can see that the clouds are pretty thick, especially to our south and east. That's where we're also dealing with some rain still. There you see it showing up across parts of Harlan into Letcher counties and into Pike County, where they're stuck in the 40s, by the way. 51 into Prestonsburg. You move away from where the rain is located and you start running into some better temperatures. Still chilly, but a little bit warmer. 55 here in Lexington, 54 into Danville. And you can see that we'll find pockets of some clearing from time to time. And by clearing, I just mean you're going to see a little more sunshine here this afternoon and through the evening hours. As we look ahead into with your UK football forecast, you look to tomorrow, and we're certainly talking about a mix of sun and clouds around here. Probably need a jacket, too, by kickoff. 50, that's it. And then by the time it's, you're ready to go home, we're talking 45 degrees. That has a little bit of a bite to it. We'll break down a little bit of a warm-up also coming in with the forecast for you here in just a few minutes.
All right, Jimmy, and it's believed the wet roads played a role in a bad crash this morning in Lexington. It happened on Todd's Road near Sulphur Lane. The driver had to be cut out of his SUV. A person who lives near the scene says crashes are way too common in this stretch of Todd's Road. WKYT's Miranda Combs reports.
There's 10 wrecks in front of my house since April, 1st of April.
Around 8:30 this morning, Lexington firefighters say a man driving this SUV lost control on a wet Todd's Road near Sulphur Lane and crashed into this tree.
We opened the doors because smoke was coming out and talked to him, and he finally woke up. She said when she first approached him, he was out.
I don't know what it's going to take. A young man got killed in a motorcycle accident a couple of years ago right in front of my house. It's just people drive too fast.
Moments later, this car came to a screeching halt.
It was a car coming around the curve extremely fast, not knowing that the EMTs and things were here to attend to this wreck.
Butch Payton says this curvy road combined with fast cars are the problem.
It's also 35-mile-an-hour speed limit here.
I drive it every day. Everybody goes over 35, and coming around that corner right there, you can't see when you come around, so you don't know if there's anybody stopped or what.
Payton has talked to the city about his concerns, but nothing has been done. Right now, he's helping to clean up the mess from this wreck, knowing there will be another, literally right around the corner.
Well, I always come out. I always come out and see what happens. I mean, it's common occurrence now.
In Lexington, Miranda Combs, WKYT.
Now, first responders are not saying speed was a factor in this accident. They're simply saying the driver lost control of his SUV.
A woman who was pinned underneath the car that ran into the AT&T store on South Broadway in Lexington last night is out of the hospital. We showed you this surveillance video of the crash last night. Look at this if you haven't seen it already. A driver told police her brakes went out and she crashed her car into the front of a store, going right inside and hitting a woman inside. Amazingly, that woman was not seriously injured and even went back to the store a few hours later to get her car.
Yeah, she came back probably 3 hours after the incident, and she was walking, and she said she had a bump on her head, and she was all right.
The AT&T store is back open today. Crews spent much of the morning cleaning up the damage. Final repairs are not expected to be completed, though, until next week. With less than 3 weeks until Election Day, the presidential candidates are campaigning in key battleground states.
Now, voters can expect to be bombarded with TV ads as the race enters the home stretch. CBS's Mark Albert has more from the White House.
My son was.
Hillary Clinton released a new campaign ad featuring Khizr Khan, a Muslim American whose son died while protecting his unit in Iraq.
I want to ask Mr. Trump, would my son have a place in your America?
In the final presidential debate, Clinton claimed Donald Trump's attacks on the Gold Star family were divisive.
He went after Mr. and Mrs. Khan, the parents of a young man who died serving our country, a Gold Star family, because of their religion.
Both candidates are trying to energize their base with just 18 days until Election Day.
I am working on it. There's no doubt about it. I've got 3 stops today.
Trump held a rally in North Carolina as his campaign deals with another major shakeup. Jim Murphy, his national political director, has resigned, a rare move so close to Election Day. Sources tell CBS News the veteran Republican operative made the decision after the release of the 2005 Billy Bush tape showing Trump making crude comments about women. There's growing concern among Republicans that a Trump defeat could tip the balance of power in Congress.
The biggest worry is they lose the Senate and lose control of the Senate, and then the states to watch are New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, Florida.
Federal Election Commission data shows each of the candidates blew through more than $70 million in August. Trump still has $35 million on hand. Clinton has $59 million. Mark Albert, CBS News, the White House.
Now, Clinton will hold a rally in the battleground state of Ohio and plans to meet with leaders of Black Lives Matter.
It's our first real chance to see this year's Wildcats in action. The annual Blue-White game tipping off in just a few hours in downtown Lexington. Our Rob Bromley's live now at Rupp Arena with a preview of all the fun. Hey, Rob.
Hello, Sam. Getting ready for another Blue-White game. Senior Derek Willis, the first to get out, come out of the locker room and warm up here on the court. And as you know, John Calipari has another sensational freshman class. And I think without a doubt the most talked about in the group has to be big man Bam Adebayo. Bam goes 6'10", about 260. He came to Kentucky out of High Point Christian Academy in North Carolina. Sophomore Isaac Humphreys has been in the UK program for a year. He says Bam brings a lot to the table.
He does seem to have natural instincts just to do things that should be taught, but he just kind of does it. And he's super strong. He's super aggressive. He's really athletic. He's quick for his size. He can do a lot more than just kind of post up and dunk. Like he's going to be really good for us. Their practices have been really competitive, and because of that, I mean, we're obviously learning a lot from each other and developing stuff like that. So.
And today, Bam named to the watch list for the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Award that goes to the top center in the country annually. Tip-off is at 7 here in Rupp Arena for the Blue-White game. Much more coming up in the next half hour in sports. Sam and Barb, back to you.
There's a lot of things that could be going on that they're not aware of.
Experts sharing some safety tips that you should be aware of before turning your heat on for the winter weather. That story's coming up in 10 minutes.
And if you had some trouble accessing Netflix or Spotify today, you weren't alone. Details a little later in Better Living.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
Upper 40s, low 50s, mid 50s, upper 50s. We're all over the place today, but one thing is common with all of that, it's chilly, especially compared to the 80s that we had just a couple of days ago. Let's look outside right now with some of these temperatures as we are tracking them. 55 right here in Lexington at the moment. The cool spot, though, that we find, that's in Pikeville, where we're right now at 49 degrees out there. So that's the coolest spot anywhere across Kentucky, at least where there's a reporting station. 54 in London, 55 Williamsburg, and you got 53 in Jackson. You compare that to the same time yesterday, especially for eastern Kentucky, and it is a significantly different weather world out there as it's 20 to 25 degrees cooler in some spots. Even here in Lexington, it's 15 degrees cooler at this same time yesterday, so we're at 55 degrees, a lot cooler. Now, as we look at our Defender Radar Network, we've also got the satellite animation thrown in here as well. We see little pockets of some thinner clouds showing up, and that's when you see that sunshine peek through from time to time. Otherwise, it's just very cloudy and dreary. Showers showing up to our south and east into Harlan County. They're getting ready to pass right through the city of Harlan, more over into Virginia, around Hazard as well, get into Pike County. That's the reason they're reporting a temperature in the upper 40s. An area of low pressure that was attached to a frontal boundary that kind of changed things up for us. Still influencing the weather, though, because around that low you get that flow and it just generates more moisture, pulls in straight off the lakes. This sounds very familiar to winter time, doesn't it? Well, just for the folks out in West Virginia, they could run into a little bit of a winter time tomorrow morning. Watch this with our hour by hour. Our rain wraps up, no big deal. I'm just showing you this part for fun. We get into the high elevations of West Virginia. Notice what shows up there. That pink, that would be wintry precipitation showing up. Maybe some snow showers that keep showing up all the way through midday tomorrow before the flow finally changes. That upslope snow shower effect that we get into the mountains shows up in West Virginia tomorrow morning. That's how cold it will be in those areas. We're certainly going to be that way as well as we get into the early morning tomorrow as well. We've got that flow coming in straight out of the north that'll keep our temperatures down, probably into the 30s to start things off in many locations. It's all about clearing the skies out here tonight. We're still chilly tomorrow, guys. I think we're going to be a little bit breezy with a temperature around 57, kind of like today has been. Chilly with temperatures like that, but we will recover into Sunday. And we stay in pretty good shape next week, 60s. You can't beat that, really.
All right, sounds great. Thank you.
Coming up, some kindergarten students in Madison County spent the day serving first responders.
A food pantry in Georgetown is in desperate need of donations. We'll take you there coming up in our next half hour.
Keep up with the latest news on WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
And tonight's colder temperatures may have you thinking about turning up the thermostat. Not so fast. WKYT's Mike Lennon shows us some safety tips before you turn up the heat.
With temperatures cooling down and sleeves getting a bit longer, now's the time of year when a lot of people are starting to turn on their heat for the season. But experts say there's quite a few things you need to do before you turn it on.
Before even touching the thermostat for the season, experts say to have your HVAC unit looked over for any potential problems. Anything from normal wear and tear to a potential carbon monoxide leak.
Well, there's a lot of things that could be going on that they're not aware of. So the routine maintenance is a key factor as being a homeowner. That's something that they really need to look into.
If you decide to use a portable heater, Lexington firefighters want to be sure you do so safely.
We want to stress to keep them at least 3 feet from anything that'll burn, but also plug them directly into the outlet. Don't have them in extension cords or in power strips.
Holman says a lot of the awareness to keep yourself safe as temperatures cool is all about common sense.
Some of these tips and some of these solutions that you have to prevent some of these things are common sense things and things that could possibly be avoided just by following some simple tips.
And to go along with the common sense theme, firefighters say that smoke detectors are key to giving you and your family lead time if a fire does occur in your home. In Lexington, Mike Linden, WKYT.
Experts also say now is a good time to change out the air filter to your HVAC system, as any buildup could lead to problems down the line.
The search is on for two men who escaped from an eastern Kentucky jail. Our county-by-county coverage at 5 begins in Knox County. Knox County Detention Center officials say 29-year-old John Gray and 42-year-old Tommy Witt ran off while helping unload a food truck. Gray was on burglary charges in the jail and also Witt was in for a contempt of court charge. They were both last seen wearing gray hoodies and wearing ball caps. When caught, both will likely face additional charges of escape. In Pulaski County, a woman was hit by a car while crossing US 27 this morning. Police say 40-year-old Carmen Cruz Hernandez was walking across the highway just south of Taco Bell in Somerset. That was around 7:30 this morning. They say she was hit by a car driven by 33-year-old Jessica Wally of Columbia. Cruz Hernandez was flown to UK hospital with serious injuries. Police are investigating what led up to that crash. They say the woman who was hit was walking to work at the time.
Students at the Madison Kindergarten Academy had a chance to thank first responders today at the school in Richmond. The students served lunch and desserts to police officers and firefighters from around the community, and teachers say it helps students feel more comfortable around first responders.
It makes us feel good because they have a better understanding of policemen, that they're not bad. Everybody don't look at them as bad guys or bad women, that they realize that they're helpers. They're here in the community to serve, and so when they see them, they feel comfortable.
And teachers say they are also teaching their students about serving in the community. A police officer hurt following a chase in Laurel County. The details coming up at 5:30.
Does the election have you stressed more than usual? You're not alone. We'll have ways to cope coming up in Better Living. Now it's time for Better Living, health, education, and consumer news that impacts your life. The road to the White House seems to cut through almost every aspect of our daily lives as we get closer to Election Day. And according to the results from a new study, this year's presidential election is causing significant stress across the nation. According to the findings from a recent American Psychological Association survey, 52% of adults are stressing over the election, despite party affiliation. Meantime, health experts weighed in on the results, providing tips on ways to cope ahead of Election Day.
We're getting so many phone calls, start seeing more patients because their anxiety level, which wasn't stable before, it's coming back. People are losing sleep. They're glued to the television, waiting for the next scandal to come. Turning off the television, not be home alone, go outside, spend more time with family member, don't argue and conflict about your beliefs. Okay? Talk on common grounds.
And just a reminder, Election Day is just 18 days away. A new study finds road rage affects women more than men. The study by South Korean automaker Hyundai says female drivers are more likely to lose their cool behind the wheel. Researchers say that's because women have an instinctive early warning system. They also say on average, women are 12% angrier than men when driving. A massive cyber attack left Twitter, Netflix, PayPal, Reddit, Spotify, and other popular websites at a standstill this morning. The outages are a result of a DDoS, or denial of service attack, on large-scale domain manager Dyn. These kinds of attacks are attempts to overwhelm websites with so much traffic that it impairs normal service. While it was not immediately clear who was behind this attack or why, affected companies took to Twitter to post updates to customers once the social network was back online. Dyn confirmed the attack and says all sites should be back to normal now. Don't be surprised if the cost of wine starts going up. Wine production across the globe is down 5% from last year. That's according to the International Organization of Vine and Wine. Severe weather like floods, drought, and frost hurt this year's grape crop. Output was cut sharply in France and South America, but the group says the quality of the 2016 vintage shouldn't suffer. Now here's what's coming up at 5:30.